Yo. Let's go, baby. AMC is up 6%. Ready to rally. All right, all right. Here we go, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Massive candle, let's get it, baby. Massive candle. Bro, this is crazy. We're about to cross resistance. Oh, shit. Here goes Amy, here goes Amy.
La sal envolvía.
All right, guys. Let's give it some time, all right? It's developing. It's moving. It's all that matters. We're up 4%. Show you guys the macro chart real quick. Okay, so we got a blue cross. 30-minute chart. Now we're chart, respecting the blue curve. See what we're looking like on the daily. On the daily, we're still looking good. We bounced off of the level. This was a fake out. Awesome, awesome, awesome. All right, let's take a look at the patterns that we were tracking yesterday. All right. And then we'll pump up the music. We'll rally. All right, because Amy's looking good. Oh, dude, I'm on the wrong one. Like always. All right, yeah, let's take a look at the flying Vs real quick. And then we'll talk about Bed Bath & Beyond. We'll talk about all of that. So here's one of the flying Vs. Here's another. Here's another. Here's another. Okay, all pointed to the upside. So obviously, we're going up. That's good. Check mark. Looking good. Okay, some of the smaller patterns we were tracking. Okay, we had... Where are those? Right here. Okay, so this one right here, interesting part about it. So you don't come back all the way down. Okay, you are respecting that level of support, kind of like Bed Bath & Beyond's chart. So that's looking good. And yeah, this is my favorite one, man. It's my favorite one. Like I said earlier, we are just riding. Actually, this is just, dude, it's a parallel channel. We're just riding a parallel channel on the way up, bouncing off of these tiny walls until you break it, right? Once you break it, you ride on top of that level of resistance, ascending level of resistance on the parallel channel, and then you break out. Breakout, right? Earnings. Look at that. I love this pattern. Go ahead and take some of these out. Ooh, 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 ooh. Let's go, let's go. This is the other one. August 24th, 2021 versus February 24th, 2023. Look at that. Same day. Guys, August 24th. Right here. What does AMC do on August 24th? Let's see if we can come back here. See if it'll have enough data. Oh, it does have enough data on the 5-minute. Nice. What does AMC do on the last hour? Yeah, right here, volume starts kicking in at around 1 Central and rallies for 2 hours. So it's 1:30. This thing starts to rally. I mean, I think based on this, kind of makes a lot of sense, guys, because like we got a V reversal here as well. And you can see it tries to test that level of resistance twice and gets rejected both times. 1, 2, fake out, boom. So let's take this away. And let's take that pattern. And bring it over here. Oh, I like this song. Hold up. This is my shit. Empire of the Sun, bro. Fuck yeah. There it is. Same pattern. More of a fractal, but fake out. 1, 2. Boom. Man. It's the breakout right here. It's the breakout. The other one. This is the bearish scenario. I don't like it though. Doesn't look good. Breakout. Bro. Okay, guys. So here, real quick, we'll pump up the music here in a bit. So when looking at comparing other patterns, for example, we have Bed Bath & Beyond here. So what we did yesterday is we were taking a look at the structure prior to this cup, right? This cup we have developing here, which sometimes has a handle. Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it's just what we call a flying V, because flying Vs they're more of like parabolic moves to the upside. You can see here on the parallel channel, you break out, and then what is the resistance, the ascending resistance level becomes support. So this is why it's pretty bullish here. We're not doing, see how it's so structured on the way down, but on the way up, it doesn't look synthetic, right? This is synthetic pressure. Exactly what we got going on here. So this is why it's not going to be why I don't think there's going to be a cup here, because the volume's just is stepping in. There's a lot of volume stepping in. The implied volatility is increasing. And normally when that happens, that is where you do get that break in the cycle. That's where they allow the volume to come in and you get this parabolic move to the upside. So it's looking pretty good. you know, based on this, it's looking like going into next week is when we would really see that pressure, but it can happen tomorrow as well. And I think that with this, I'm eyeing that 850 level, just based on this pattern here. It's like we can just climb all the way up there and then start heading over. Because like if you look at this pattern, guys, this one here crosses resistance. Okay, right here we haven't done that yet. We're right below it. So that's why it's important to cross resistance. If we were to replicate this pattern and gravitate back up, we would do something like this. That means that tomorrow we should see that $8 level if this holds. Remember, we have to hold this level. If not, you're going to see something else. I'm going to keep tracking that pattern. I think this is looking pretty good so far. Here's some of the other ones we're tracking. Is it right here? Oh, I forgot to update this one. Okay, this is AMC in May. Right here, look at that. AMC in May. I really like this one too. All right, let's see. Let's see, Amy, what you doing? What you doing intraday? Okay, so it comes up to resistance, gets rejected, looking like it wants to come back down and test support before climbing back up. I like this setup though, because look at this. So it's still respecting support. We're still respecting support. We're just easy climbing, guys. You don't want to climb super fast because those are typically pump and dumps. So the more pressure that you build up while these shorts are trying to bring the price down, the better. Because you're naturally building that pressure, okay, to the upside. When they can't do it no more, boom. That's where you get that ripple effect, that squeeze. Okay. So to me, this is what I think we're developing here. I think if we bounce off of this level right here, right now, I think we're going to expect maybe maybe like 30 minutes of sideways trading here, coming back up, and then you're going to see another leg up. Hopefully this time fully crosses resistance. If not, comes close, tests resistance, gets rejected, and then going into after hours or tomorrow, we see that all that pressure come in. Right, but we need to see a bounce. We need to see a bounce. Okay, I don't want no more fake outs here. At least today, we don't want to see fake outs today. We want to see this turn around, push back up. All right, let's get some music going. Bro, I can't. I'm still not over this one. Freaking pattern scanner scanning this shit. Like, goddamn. What is this? Yeah, I like this one. I love this one, man. This one's perfect. Here. Perfect. See, flip the charts. Sometimes you flip the charts. Just to get a little perspective. Bro, man, like, this, like, I had never seen such a match, bro. Like, this pattern, like, pissed me off. I mean, like, technically, though, we have the entire pattern tracking up to this point. And then now we're still doing the same thing, though. We're still on the V reversal. Right here. Inverse and then V reversal back to tracking. I'm just going over all, like, the patterns I've been tracking here forever, dude. All right, let's do this. We're going to do a little bit of cycle analysis. All right, while AMC develops here, does her thing. Give her some time. Okay, okay, okay. AMC. What you doing, man? What you doing? Okay. How many times have we been outside the parallel, volatility, and support zone? Only twice. 120 days here, 240 here. Right now, I think we're stretching on 150, if I'm not mistaken. Yep. 150 exactly. Look at that, 150, man. 150. So this makes some things interesting here because so now we're kind of straying away from the idea, at least in the very short term, that so based on the 120-day theory would be that we come into the channel, you know, touch that level of volatility and then come down and trade in this parallel zone for them hedging in this parallel channel every year, right? So that's not invalid yet, because back here, as you can see, we come into that channel in March. So this is the only time where we spent that year in March in that channel. Both of these times we did it in February. So they're about a month apart. That's not invalid yet because we're going into March. So technically we still have about 2 weeks for this to play out and still be valid. I'm gonna take this here, and I want to see something, because here we're outside of the channel for 240 days, right? Yeah, right about there, 240 days. And I'm going to line this up with a cycle. Okay. I want to see something, dude. What the frick? Not going to do that. Okay. AMC plus APE is, yeah, it looks different, man. It's starting to go away from, so for a little bit of time here in November, we spent basically tracking very closely together, because the charts didn't really look different. I think the only time where AMC and APE were kind of doing their own thing was a little bit after the launch, and then now, right, when APE started to really climb up, that's where they kind of started to trace and track each other differently. So, and yeah, we're going to see this chart again, which is good once everything goes through. I don't want to deal with the whole, like, having to track and trace AMC and APE separately from each other. That's just, man, that's annoying. You're just like, merge already, bro. Let's go back. AMC 1. Oh, by the way, guys, this is Ethereum, like just Ethereum, and this is the one that I haven't updated yet because I wanted to wait a little bit for more confirmation. But you guys can see that this pattern is not meant to be tracking everything the same. Like, especially with crypto, not all of them are going to be tracking, and you're not, you know, they're going to develop into their own pattern in the end. Like, this is a descending wedge. This is a cup, right? Ultimately, they will do the same thing. Descending wedge will break up. A cup will just kind of ride its wave up, right? You have that parabolic move to the upside. So it doesn't have to be like that unless you're making a massive, massive, massive cup. But the thing about Ethereum's chart that we were tracking prior to this was how accurate the moves were lining up. So, for example, January to June, and then, I mean, you have everything here lining up on the rallies that we have on AMC, so the POIs. And then here, it starts to shift a little bit. Like, as soon as you get that first drop here on Ethereum, this starts to slide a little bit. And it's like, they're still tracking. You can see both of these big moves are tracking with AMCs. And then right here, it starts to like also stray away a little bit. But you can see it's definitely bullish because, well, it crosses the previous levels of resistance, which we haven't done yet. But again, it doesn't matter because every chart is going to create its own structure of a pattern. As long as the POIs are lining up with each other, I think it's pretty valid. But yeah, well, this is one of the patterns we've been tracking. We've been tracking multiple patterns. I'm going to show you guys the one. So I'm going to show you like two bullish ones and one that's bearish, just to update these because I know it's been a little while. And man, I have like, look at that right here. This is one of the setups we talked about, the parallel channel, macro parallel channel. And there, this is the other one we talked about. This one's a descending broadening wedge. Over here, like, yo. And this is I need to refresh my memory here, bro. What is this one? Is this Riot? It might be. Actually, I'm not going to do that. Hold up. Whoa. Why is it like that? I'm so confused. This is not, it's not right. I don't know why that looked like, well, it does look like Riot a little bit here. Literally the same right here. Anyway, sorry guys, I'm getting sidetracked. Okay, let's do Ethereum. Nope, not Ethereum. Ethereum. Yeah, it's weird. With crypto, you have to, like, if you want to go way, way, way back, I would use Bitstamp or Bittrex. Those two have I think, one of the largest data sets. And it's for USD, I believe. There it is. Yeah, Binance has a lot, but it does not have enough. It doesn't have more than these guys do. See, it goes way back to 2015. So the more the better, right? That's what we want. All right. So we got Ethereum on the bottom. We got AMC on top. And again, these are not meant to look exactly the same. We're just trying to figure out and spot the POIs. So the way you do that is you take PFP, the indicator, you copy it, you paste it over here. So we have our own. And, I hate when it does this. Okay, yeah. The thing is, well, it's not going to get enough data here, but it should still work because, yeah, it should still work. Let's do a lower spread. So you can see here that they have, I'm going to take it out for a second because it's going to be in the way. But they have the same purpose, right? These guys have an agenda. That's why patterns recreate themselves. Not always the same way. Again, this is a cup. This is developing more into a wedge. But they're ultimately trying to do the same thing. And that's why, you know, things pump here in 2017 going into 2018. Look at this, January of 2018, we have Ethereum, not Ethereum Classic, Ethereum pumping. Okay, it goes from 15 bucks all the way to, like, yeah, this is like a massive rally on Ethereum. February, so it takes a year, and then it does this push here. So we're gonna take it one by one here in the cycle. So here's the first sequence we have. This is one. Oh no, come on. Don't do this. On the cycle, this is the first part, guys. So bear with me. Here's one, followed by a dump, a massive dump. Right here, we're going to call it, this is going to be red. Make it red because it's a dump. Do the same thing, copy paste it here. Make a little sequence. You can see how things are taking place. Why sometimes, yes, you do have, especially with crypto, the patterns are not going to be and track the same exact way because there's more data points on crypto. There's a lot more data points. That's why when you're trading crypto, you have to be more patient because things just drag on forever, right? They just take forever. So here, what I'm doing is I'm developing the pattern so you can see it and see where everything is lining up, how it's lining up, and how long it's taking too. How long did this take? okay, from the first pump. So we're taking it from January. In this case, it's May. And see how it lines up, dude? Watch. May to June. What happened May to June? AMC rallies. What happened back here? January. These are just mixed. They're backwards. But it doesn't matter. The dates are the same. It's the same time frame. It's just a different time period. And that's how we're treating this play. We're treating it the same way. Now, you can see here that it takes... How long does it take to fully pump again? It takes 1,340 days from May of 2017 to pump again on this entire sequence. For AMC, if it was following this, which it doesn't have to, but there is structure to this. And the way these guys do it is because there's derivatives in this market. There's also derivatives in the crypto market. And it's pretty crazy the way it works in the crypto market because, well, it being that this is Ethereum, right, and Bitcoin, which are the largest, two largest coins, right, in the crypto market, really moving the entire crypto market. You can see why things are manipulated the way they are, okay? So this is just, again, I'm not saying things are going to happen this way, but if we were to compare it the same way, and this is also, you have to remember, the conversion here is different because Ethereum Classic, or Ethereum trades 24/7, whereas AMC, is limited to trading hours, to market trading hours. That's why we have to make these fractals and we have to stretch them. We have to make them fit because they're not going to fit if you use it on the exact same time. So there's a specific conversion you have to do for this. Okay, so here, from here to here, we got 300 days. And from here to here, we have 450 days. So I'm going to do that conversion here. We're going to use that ratio to get this massive fractal here. So I got to do the math calculator. So we got 300 days. So the ratio is 1.5. So for every pattern that we track here, just based on this, we're gonna be multiplying, or we're gonna be dividing by 0.66. So now we know. Which means 1,340 divided by 1.5 is 900. So 893, 900. Which is June, end of June. Well, wait, I'm not taking it from there. Hold up. It's mid-July time for this. So in between here, and this is just looking at it from Ethereum, okay? We're not taking everything else into account. So what's happening in between this little space that we got going on here on this comparison between the two? Okay, we got how many days left? 140. That's 210. That's right here. So bear with me, okay? This doesn't mean we're not going to go up soon. That means that this is where we're at in the cycle, based on the comparison between Ethereum and AMC. So, I mean, guys, I don't cover this every single day. I come back to it. This is why I'm doing it now, because I think it's relevant. So interesting, March, right after March, and then going into April. Huh. Okay, hold up. And this is just eyeballing it too. Like I'm eyeballing this entire thing, so bear with the man. So if we went up here, say we go up to like 9 or something in the short term, and this thing just drags out like this and develops. So guys, this is the thing, okay? I personally do not think that so some of these patterns that we're tracking right now, for example, Bed Bath & Beyond, where's Bed Bath & Beyond at? Here we go. So, not saying this is impossible. Like this would be freaking awesome. Okay, but now let's do this. Let's take this pattern here. What this pattern is telling us is that that because things are lining up the way they are here, that there is a possibility we would have some kind of point of interest on any of these spikes that we have here on the chart. So for example, end of February, which is earnings right here, that would be one. I would consider mid-March another one, and then end of March another one as well. Like those are all considered points to track here on volatility, because that's what we normally see with patterns. With any fractal that you put in the chart, a lot of the times those are areas you want to track in case there's volatility, whether it's up or down. I mean, it's very simple stuff. If you take this pattern here and if I take it over to the other chart, what we're going to see is we're going to see very similar levels on the Ethereum tracking. This is why I think patterns just repeat themselves, because they line up with everything else, man. They line up with literally other cycles in the market. Here is the most recent pattern right here. Okay, and you can see me just eyeballing this, right? I'm just eyeballing this, and you can see the two have very similar levels. Very similar levels. Okay, we have. So watch this. Actually, watch this, dude. You're gonna freak out. See that? Match right there. So this is why I'm telling you that things repeat themselves, dude. Like this is literally the same exact pattern. Bed Bath & Beyond right on top of Ethereum, and it's hitting the same levels the same way. One is just a lot quicker than the other. One is doing it a lot quicker than the other. So why you have to be kind of skeptical here on any move, because you don't want to track the short term and say this is going to speed up and do this tomorrow, right? This is just telling us that the levels here are likely to be hit because of the structure that AMC has been developing over the past couple of years. These are just levels we have to track between now and say July or something. Of like there's a good time frame here, but that's why you always have to zoom out and understand what the chart is doing, and then use these patterns as reference to find these levels that are relevant. Okay? And yeah, this is just crazy. I mean, look at the accuracy on these two. And guys, Bed Bath & Beyond didn't happen for 3 years. Okay? 3 years after this pattern that you're looking at right now with Ethereum. Ethereum happened in 2018. This red pattern here is 2018. And Bed Bath & Beyond replicated the same thing 3 years later in August. Okay, so when is AMC's turn? When is AMC going to go? That's how you know, man, the algorithm is real. Man, this is the thing though. If we are tracking the Bed Bath & Beyond pattern, that same fractal, time-wise, it wouldn't make sense with like the Ethereum pattern that we have overlaid, because we did the calculation, and yes, the calculations do change as the pattern is developing. And that was telling us something way back here in July, but again, I'm eyeballing that. But if you are lining everything up here at just being a fractal and trying to line up everything according to the POIs that we've been tracking, so I'll do that here for us, then it changes the date. And it kind of goes more with what we saw with Bed Bath & Beyond. So where is the rectangle, bro? I can never find these tools, bro. Here we go. Okay, 1, 2, 3. You see how everything lines up? All the runs here? What happened to this one? And right here. Upside. Oh, wait, I'm missing a couple. Right here. Look at that. Same thing. So what about this? Because this is looking very similar too, man. And really, I mean, I'm trying to line this up as best as I can so that everything is lining up on the POIs here. And this one, technically, I mean, this is how we had it before. We did have it like this before. The more you move it, right, you can structure it so that it is lining up with multiple POIs. That's the beauty of the fractals, is that you can literally shrink this entire pattern and make it fit into a smaller sequence of the cycle, and it would still work. Like, it's crazy how cycles work, guys. They overlap with each other because there's really no time frame. Yeah, it's just like time. It's like fucking time, man. It's like this, for example. Here, I'll show you an example. We do this little guy right here, November. This thing is literally right here. See? And I'm just stretching the pattern. I mean, like, you can't really, like, 1, 2, and then here's the cup, 3, and then it shoots. In this case, we had an inverse POI on that end of it. It actually goes down instead of going up, but it's still valid because it's everything else is lining up with it. So that's kind of how we treat these things. But this is like, bro. This to me is like screaming cycle breaking right here and in March. Why? The reason why I've been thinking this is because, well, we have the split coming up. The split ruins a lot of things for like the option chain per se. Kind of like what APE did back here. There was a new option chain added. You have non-standard options and the old chain kind of gets reset. It's the way I look at it because, you know, contracts become illiquid and then there's no demand for them. So it's, you know, if these guys are manipulating the price using derivatives, that kind of makes sense, right? The same thing happened with APE and everything kind of shifted a little bit. It was weird. It was weird. So now you're gluing it back together, and not only that, but you're also adding you're doing a reverse split. So by default, you're going to have another option chain regardless. So that's why I'm thinking it would make sense if the split, because we didn't have this go up, I mean, or at least not yet. It hasn't gone up yet prior to the split. But this calls for that. It calls for this going up prior to the split, which is freaking crazy. Oh yeah, and this video is gonna be taken down for sure. The last video got taken down because of music, man. What the fuck? I never had this issue before. See, they would shut me down on the live streams. Like I had that happen because like I overplayed music with even though the videos were not monetized, which is weird. So I'm like promoting for free and I still get it taken down. And now it's like, we won't take you down during the live stream. We'll take you down afterwards. Okay. Okay, that's another part to this whole cycle thing, was comparing Ethereum. So I hope I made sense there. I'm going to have to come out with a video and go into that a little bit more specifically with my thoughts on that. But let's update some other stuff here. Yeah, I'm going to go on some old charts, bro. Let's do this one. This one should have some of the older drawings, like the quad witching dates and stuff. Look at this. I have not touched this dude in a while. And look at the Ethereum. Look at the way Ethereum was lining up on this one. And this is literally how I have it now placed on the other chart. I haven't not touched this chart in months because the quad witching curve was actually coming down. So I let that thing go for a little bit because there was some it was straying away from that. And then here you have it, you know, we're trying to line it up with the way the previous quad witching dates worked here. There's a curve. This is just like a moving average, but lining them up with the quad witching dates here. And the next quad witching date is not till March. So based on this curve here, we're starting to see some similarities with what happened back here. Okay, which there's 4, and then there's a volatility zone right there in the middle. So I don't know why I have this lined up like that. I probably shouldn't. Two, three, so here. First, 2, 4 would be like this. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, hold up a second. March. I'm gonna take quad witching in March. Here. Let's take it to, yeah, let's do a whole year of quad witching. Which is March here. Oh. Wait, that makes sense, dude. This is also a fucking flying V, dude. In February. Way back here. So we're looking at this one, guys. We're looking at this one right now. Here, look at this. And now this one is a fucking match because we're using the cycle. This one lines up with the cycle, so why it makes sense. But look, it's the same fucking thing, dude. Oh, man. Look. Quad witching, guys. March to March. Literally. Not moving anything. I took March to March of 2020 to 2021. You literally just got to bring it up here. And it's the same thing. It's a fucking cup. It's a flying V. It's a fucking flying V. Look at that. 850 like in the next 2 days. Wow. And we were tracking this setup here, guys. Even though the January sequence here didn't fully play out, we still had the volume kicking in here on the POI, being canceled out. But this is starting to make a lot of sense now, because if the trajectory is changing and we're bullish now, remember, you don't want to just fly and go all the way up. You want to stair your way up and then set up the climb. So why in the short term, anything could happen, right? Anything could happen. But I think the good thing is at least we're starting to see some bullish pressure on AMC, and it's looking like it wants to climb up from here. Like, it doesn't look like it wants to fall back down. The previous chart we were looking at was ARPA. And ARPA was bearish, but now it's starting to like stray away from that. Here's ARPA. See, ARPA looked like stupid similar. And then you didn't have anything going on here. Right? It's flat. It comes down. But AMC starts to reverse back up, which is good. That's the first step here. Yeah, ARPA's chart is way too accurate, and it's scary how accurate it is. I've never seen a more accurate chart than this one. Especially like the more you zoom out. I mean, because you really don't want to track patterns on the micro chart. Like it's risky. You do want to like go back, zoom out. And this one like was tracking all the levels. I mean, it was tracking everything, dude. And then up to this point here, I was like, because the ARPA chart does not have volume here, like there was a lot of dry volume here. This is where the cycle just takes a break. Once everything's played out and there's no more volume, you can't use that fractal anymore because there's going to be this, it extends forever. There's like, you know, with ARPA being like a not really a high market cap crypto, they quickly pumped it and dumped it for liquidity. We tracked this way back in, I believe in maybe, I think this was right around August actually. I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure around that time is when we started to track this pattern. And then that, you know, this was the bearish scenario on AMC, and it fully played out up to this point, right? Up to this point, we started to see it, you know, climb back, or we're starting to see it climb back up, which is good. And then we also add Ethereum, right? Ethereum was the bullish one. Alrighty. Okay, so AMC is currently trading at 632. Let's go ahead and look at the intraday chart real quick, see what we got going on. Okay, so we did have it come back up, trade sideways, and now it is looking to bounce here. Hopefully it does and starts climbing back up here again. We got 30 minutes left in the market. So as long as we respect this level here, I'm bullish, man, for the next couple of days. I'm bullish for next week on AMC going into earnings. They're going to try and pump up the IV as much as they can and maybe even have a rally before earnings. We've seen this with a couple of other stocks in the market. I'll show you once I'm tracking that kind of did this for earnings. We had Tilray do this on their earnings a little bit ago. It's one of the places we were tracking. Earnings. Okay, so here's earnings. And literally hours before earnings, the day before earnings, it pumps. Massive pump on Tilray. And, you know, it's part of this whole thing. It's part of this whole thing. They just don't want you to get in on time. You know, most people wait, you know, once the IV's already pumped and everything, and this was a catch. It was a pump and dump. So nasty play, but there are plays where things happen that way. And then, you know, the fact that we have the split, APE merging back, some shares being added, like all this stuff, guys, has me thinking that this is gonna start pushing soon. So yeah, bullish for tomorrow. We're gonna cut the stream here, guys. I just wanted to come back in, update some things. Make sure you guys subscribe and yeah, join the team, man. If you guys want to get notifications when we go live at Rally, because things about to get crazy, in my opinion. Yeah, make sure you guys join up, and I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.